Some people think a few gym sessions or street brawls make them untouchable, but stepping in front of a real fighter quickly proves otherwise.
That's it. No.
From loudmouthed gym brothers to overconfident street legends, every round tells the same story. Skill destroys swagger. These brave souls walk in thinking it'll be easy, and walk out seeing stars. Stick around, because we're diving into the craziest moments when arrogant people tried to fight pros and got absolutely demolished. One veteran crushes youngster.
Fuori secondi! Oh, vedi qui. Oh.
The bell rings, and the old-timer steps forward, gloves up, eyes sharp. Across the ring, the young fighter bounces on his toes, thinking speed and youth can overcome experience. But the first punch lands, precise and devastating, and it's clear who's running the show. Blow after blow, the young boxer staggers, trying to react, but the veteran moves with calm authority, controlling every exchange. No bravado, no wasted energy, just pure, disciplined power. Within minutes it's over. The young fighter is left humbled, overwhelmed, and utterly destroyed. Experience doesn't just win, it dominates. And tonight, it shows. Too arrogant fighter humiliated. This arrogant fighter had sent threats, boasting that he would destroy his opponent in the ring. Their shared high school history made it worse. He had relentlessly mocked classmates in special ed, targeted autism, and hurled homophobic slurs with complete arrogance. When the fight began, he stepped into the ring full of swagger, convinced his past intimidation guaranteed victory. But every attack was met with precise, controlled, and overwhelming skill. Punch after punch, his confidence crumbled. Within minutes he was left humiliated, gasping, and powerless. A stark reminder of what happens when arrogance meets a fighter whose ability far surpasses bravado. 3 Street Fighter destroyed. A street fighter walked into the gym, full of confidence, thinking his size and attitude could beat anyone. He challenged the local boxing coach, ignoring warnings that the coach was a very experienced fighter. From the start it was clear confidence alone would not win. The coach, wearing a yellow t-shirt, stayed calm and controlled, moving with precision while testing the challenger, punch after punch. The street fighter's arrogance quickly disappeared. He struggled to stay on his feet as the coach landed accurate, powerful blows. Every strike showed skill. Every move showed experience. In just a few minutes, the challenger was knocked down again and again, completely humiliated. In the end, it was clear. Bragging and confidence couldn't match real skill. The street fighter was destroyed by a true master, a fighter far above his level. 4 Robinson knocks out Graziano.
Down. It's an official knockdown, but before the fight began, the Illinois Boxing Commission ruled that a man would not have to stay down for the mandatory count of 8. Maybe the knockdown will infuriate Robinson. This has been his history in his great efforts in the ring. It took a lashing by Randy Turpin in their second fight to bring him back to a point where he smashed Turpin to the ground to take back the middleweight championship of the world. So Graziano has scored the first knockdown. And there goes his mouthpiece, and Graziano hits the canvas.
On April 16, 1952, Sugar Ray Robinson defended his middleweight title against former champion Rocky Graziano in a dramatic showdown. In the third round, Graziano shocked the crowd by dropping Robinson with a hard shot, suddenly looking like he might reclaim the championship. But Robinson wasn't done. Moments after getting up, he fired back with a perfectly placed right hook that sent Graziano crashing to the canvas. His mouthpiece flying out, Graziano tried to rise, but the punch was too much. The referee counted him out, giving Robinson the win. The fight proved why Robinson is remembered as one of the greatest, calm under pressure and deadly when it mattered. 5. Bully meets true skill. The street fighter walked in full of arrogance, thinking size and bravado could win the day. He challenged a real fighter, ignoring every warning. Every punch he threw was met with perfect precision. Every move countered flawlessly. Within moments he was knocked down, humiliated, and powerless. The bully was utterly destroyed by a fighter far above his level. 6. Kung Fu Master destroyed.
A Kung Fu master stormed into an MMA gym with his devoted followers, determined to prove a point. He wanted to show that, unlike other Tai Chi masters, his techniques actually work in a real fight. This is one of the rare occasions where the Kung Fu master is much bigger than the MMA fighter. So if anyone still thinks weight was the deciding factor in previous fights, this match should clear up those doubts.
A self-proclaimed Kung Fu master strutted into an MMA gym, surrounded by his followers, brimming with confidence and convinced his traditional skills would dominate. Bigger than his opponent, he flaunted his size like it mattered. The bell barely rang before reality hit. His MMA-trained adversary moved with precision, timing, and power. With effortless technique, the fighter executed a clean takedown, leaving the master flailing on the mat, humiliated in front of his stunned followers. What was meant to be a showcase of skill turned into a brutal lesson. Size and style mean nothing against real, superior fighting ability. The master was utterly destroyed. 7. Jackson's stunning knockout. On November 24, 1990, Julian the Hawk Jackson fought Harold Graham for the vacant WBC middleweight title. After 3 rounds, Jackson was badly behind, taking heavy punishment from the slick British South. Between rounds, the ringside doctor warned him he had only one more round to change the fight or it would be stopped. Jackson came out for the 4th, determined to gamble everything. Then, in a split second, he landed a perfectly timed right hook that instantly knocked Graham out cold. Before he even hit the canvas, the dramatic turnaround earned Jackson the middleweight title and reminded the world that, no matter the score, his power could end any fight. 8. Bully overpowered instantly. The crowd formed a tight circle, their shouts echoing like fuel poured onto a fire. A street bully stepped forward, loud, cocky, certain he could push around an MMA trainee who clearly wanted no part of the fight. Voices from the crowd yelled, "Close that end off," trapping the trainee, leaving no room to walk away. The bully kept advancing, swagger in every step, thinking size and attitude would be enough. But then the moment shifted. The trainee stopped backing up. His hands came up, his stance sharpened, and everything became silent for a split second. The bully tried to posture, show off, scare him, but it was too late. A quick distraction, a light kick, and then a sudden explosion of punches. Clean, fast, accurate. The bully's face snapped back again and again as the crowd gasped within seconds. The arrogant street fighter was on the ground, stunned and broken, destroyed by a man he thought would be easy to bully. 9. White Pant Master defeated. The so-called White Pant Master swaggered into the ring, full of ego and showmanship, flaunting for the crowd as if skill alone was on display. Across from him, a calm, focused student waited, barely moving, eyes locked. The bell rang, and in an instant, the master's arrogance met reality. A lightning-fast punch struck from nowhere, and he crumpled to the mat, stunned and defeated before he even knew what hit him. The crowd watched in disbelief as the quiet student stood victorious. Confidence and theatrics meant nothing. Real skill had utterly destroyed the overconfident master. 10. Street bully slammed. The video begins shaky, like it was filmed with a potato. A loud street bully steps forward, trying to act tough. He even claps his hands, but he keeps backing up until he's stuck between the trained fighter and the truck. The whole moment already feels like a big yikes. The MMA fighter stays calm. He moves in, grabs the bully, lifts him, and slams him hard onto the pavement. The crowd goes silent. The bully lies there, stunned, like he suddenly realized he can't actually fight. The fighter gives 2 quick punches, just enough to end it, then walks away. The bully doesn't get up. Simple, harsh, perfect karma. 11. David Tua, first round KO.
Hitting Tua in the chest, around the body. Don't go for any hard shot. Just keep tapping them around. Now, that's the only way you deflate this power from these giants.
Two fighters trading left hooks at close range in round one. Fight promises a lot of fireworks. Wilson tries a right hand across the top. Tua lands a short left. First down, Wilson. Or first time Wilson's ever been down.
Can he beat the bell? Can he beat the bell?
On September 20th, 1996, rising powerhouse David Tua stepped in against the unbeaten and loudly confident Darrell Wilson. Wilson came in acting like Tua was just another name on his record. But the moment the bell rang, reality hit hard. As Wilson tried to launch a right hand, Tua's brutal left hook exploded first. The punch was short, savage, and perfect, dropping Wilson for the first time in his career. He tried to rise, but his legs were gone. The referee counted him out, and Tua walked off with yet another crushing first-round knockout. The so-called unstoppable Wilson was humbled in seconds, destroyed by a fighter on an entirely different level. 12 Wilson shocks Shannon Briggs.
You don't have to reach out. Briggs, you got to understand that. Keep yourself away from these little guys. Trainers cannot teach a guy. You got to ask other fighters who are old in the gym to tell you about these things.
He's got a cut beside and maybe above the right eye. And that's a big target for Wilson, and he floors Shannon Briggs. This is over. Tremendous upset victory for Darrell Wilson. And you could see him slow up as soon as the blood began to flow from the cut near the right eye. Take another look at this knockout punch, George. I'm not even sure it landed on the point of the chin.
That it was, but it was the initial cut. A guy getting himself in a territory that he's unfamiliar with.
On March 15th, 1996, undefeated Darrell Wilson faced the equally unbeaten Shannon Briggs, who strutted in thinking his perfect record made him untouchable. From the first bell, Wilson made it clear Briggs was in for a rude awakening. In the third round, Wilson spotted a cut near Briggs' right eye and turned it into a target, landing sharp, punishing shots. Then, with a single devastating right hand, he dropped Briggs flat. The crowd went wild as the referee counted. Briggs couldn't even rise. The fight was stopped. Briggs, once full of swagger, was utterly humiliated. Wilson's knockout proved he wasn't just a contender. He was a superior fighter on another level. 13 Martinez one-punch destruction.
Separates the two, midway point of round one. Lancing left by Martinez.
Walk it out. Great exchange.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of holding.
Good left hand, and down goes
Right.
Williams.
I think it was a right hook.
Right hand, Williams through the left, Williams down.
He's not getting up, guys. Not getting up.
That is the knockout of the year, if nothing else. A sensational, shocking, one-punch knockout of a normally iron-chinned.
In November 2010, the rematch between Paul Williams and Sergio Martinez began with huge pressure. Williams came in confident, acting like his close win in their first fight proved he was the better man. But Martinez had no interest in another long fight or another decision. He wanted to end all doubt with one clean shot. Early in round two, everything changed in a single second. Williams stepped in, throwing his usual aggressive left hand, certain he could bully Martinez again. But Martinez read him perfectly. His left hook landed first, fast, sharp, and deadly. Williams never even saw it. He was out cold before his body hit the canvas. The entire arena froze. The punch was so sudden, so perfect, that it shocked everyone watching. The loud, tough, fearless Williams lay still, completely destroyed by one masterful strike. That night erased all arrogance, all talk. It was one of the greatest knockouts ever seen, a moment that proved Sergio Martinez wasn't just skilled, he was the real fighter, and he ended the debate with one legendary punch. 14 student crushes master instantly. The master in white sat proudly, certain his skills would intimidate the student in black. He threw the first punch, expecting the student to fold. Instead, the student rose with calm anger and unleashed a storm of sharp, powerful punches. Every strike landed harder than the one before, and the master quickly fell behind, his confidence cracking. Then came the final blow, clean and crushing. The master dropped, knocked out cold. In seconds, real skill destroyed empty arrogance. 15 Tyson dominates Selden quickly. This wasn't the first time Mike Tyson ended a fight before it even began. When he stepped in with Bruce Selden, everyone already knew what was coming. Tyson was a storm in gloves, and Selden, known for a weak chin and shaky moments in past fights, was never built to survive a man like Iron Mike. The bell rang and Tyson charged forward like he owned the ring. Selden tried to jab, but his stiff upright stance made him an easy target. Tyson crushed him with a fast left hook, dropping him hard. Selden stood up, but panic was clear in his eyes. Seconds later, Tyson landed another brutal left hook. Selden hit the canvas face down, done in every way. The referee stopped it at 149. Tyson proved again, arrogant fighters fall fast when a real monster stands in front of them. 16 Baby Joe Messi KO. On September 27, 2003. Baby Joe Messi faced Devaro Williamson, who came in thinking his power would intimidate. From the opening bell, Messi made it clear that intimidation was one-sided. He closed the distance immediately, landing crisp, straight punches and mixing sharp body shots with brutal headshots, leaving Williamson completely off balance. Every jab Williamson threw was met with counters that exposed him as an amateur in the ring. Messi wasn't just winning, he was dominating, moving with precision, blocking attacks, and punishing every mistake. Then, at just 152 of the first round, Messi unleashed a devastating right hand that sent Williamson crashing to the canvas, unable to rise. The Buffalo crowd erupted as Messi walked off with a lightning-fast knockout, proving he was a force far beyond anyone's expectations, destroying an opponent who thought he was a real threat. 17 Mosley ends Mayorga arrogance.
You can see there's a cut opening on the left arm.
Just very hard to flatten, very hard to put on the canvas.
Big double right. That one makes Mosley stumble. And a short right by Mayorga again. Shane Mosley has thus far dominated this fight with the jab, and thus far the best round Mayorga's had in this fight. There's a left hook by Mayorga.
Really very, very well, and it has a damaging effect.
Change, and Mosley stays right on him, pops him with the jab. Good stiff jab. Talked to him in the fighter meeting, so what do you do now? He said, well, I'm just a transient. There's another right, overhand right by Mosley.
The fight was in doubt for 5 or 6 rounds.
Couple of stiff jabs. There's a right hand by Mayorga.
Of a 12-rounder. You got 2 40-somethings in here who both appear weary and maybe...
Oh. And down goes Mayorga.
He's claiming a low blow.
He's claiming a low blow.
Referee is counting.
Says no.
On September 27, 2008, Shane Mosley stepped into the ring calm and focused, while Ricardo Mayorga came in loud, wild, and full of swagger. From the first bell, both men threw hard punches, but Mosley's skill was clear. He stayed sharp, landing clean shots while Mayorga tried to bully his way through the fight. As the rounds passed, Mosley's accuracy started breaking Mayorga down. A sharp right hand rocked him, and a left hook made him stumble. The crowd felt the shift. Mosley was taking control, and Mayorga's bravado was fading fast. Then came the final seconds of the 12th round. Mosley hurt Mayorga with a huge shot, dropping him to the canvas. Mayorga stood back up, still trying to look tough, but Mosley didn't give him a chance. A fast, crushing backhand ended it instantly. Mayorga's arrogance collapsed in one hit, and the arena exploded. Mosley proved once again that real skill destroys loud talk every time. 18 Kessler smashes overconfident Green.
Кеслер говорит, ну иди, ну покажи. На мой вкус замедленные, не очень пластичные.
Вот она. Вот сейчас я вижу того Кеслера, которого мы привыкли видеть. Чтобы облегчить боксеру его нахождение. Вот это да!
Мощнейший
вот он, левый боковой, который мы ждали. Это страшный нокаут. Мы видим, судья даже не стал считать нокдаун до конца. Он вынимает капу изо рта Грина.
И не позволяет тому встать. Потому что не понимает, где сейчас вот находится Алан Грин.
Я в шоке. Честно вам скажу. И вроде бы все, песенка Кеслера была спета.
В первом раунде можно было заканчивать
И
этот
вообще
бой.
его песенка после его неудачных выступлений, после его перехода в другой вес, ну какой смысл, все думали, для чего он это делает? И вот вам, пожалуйста.
On May 19, 2012, Alan Green walked in confident, thinking he could humble Danish legend Mikkel Kessler. In the first round, Green even dropped Kessler, the only knockdown of Kessler's career, but he couldn't finish the job. Kessler rose like a true warrior and took full control. By round 4, the Viking struck back with a brutal left hook that smashed Green to the canvas. The crowd erupted as Green lay beaten, one moment of arrogance, erased by a real fighter's power. 19. Tyson destroys Marvis Frazier.
Scoring system if the rounds wind up even, and the 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Tyson comes out slugging.
He comes out smoking like Marvis's father, Joe. Marvis must move or we're going to be out of here very, very quickly. Uppercut, and Marvis is hurt.
Frazier is down. Joe Cortez moves in to have a look, and he's going to stop the fight. It did not last 20 seconds.
Fight night at the Glens Falls Civic Center was buzzing, but it quickly became one-sided. Marvis Frazier, son of the legendary Joe Frazier, stepped in acting like he could carry the family name into the ring. Across from him, Mike Tyson didn't need hype. He was a walking storm. The bell rang, and Tyson charged like a predator. Frazier barely had time to react before a perfectly timed right uppercut snapped his head back. Staggering helplessly into the corner, he offered no resistance as Tyson unleashed another punishing uppercut. Under 30 seconds, it was over. The referee had no choice but to stop the fight. Tyson walked off calm and unbothered, having utterly destroyed a fighter who thought pedigree could compete with pure ruthless power. The message was brutally clear. Tyson dominated. 20. Trevino outclasses Street Fighter. Lorenzo Trevino, a seasoned pro boxer and MMA fighter known for his clean technique and calm focus, stepped into the ring without a hint of worry. Across from him stood a self-proclaimed street legend, a man who believed loud confidence and wild anger could match real training. The moment the fight started, the street fighter charged in with sloppy, wide swings. Trevino slipped every punch with ease, staying relaxed and patient. His counters were sharp, quick jabs and precise shots that snapped the brawler's head back again and again. It didn't take long for the street fighter's bravado to fade. Backed into a corner, tired and confused, he had nothing left. Trevino closed the show with a clean, controlled flurry, dropping him hard and proving once again that real skill always wins. If you loved watching these overconfident fighters get smashed by the pros, smash that like button and subscribe for more. Drop a comment below telling us which knockout blew your mind. We read them all. Thanks for watching, stay humble, and we'll see you in the next one.